was unable to locate Cairo International Airport. This small landing pad was the closest I could come to the city center.
Why'd you expect to find an international airport?
According to my map, there should be an airport 22 kilometers northeast of central Cairo. Instead, that seems to be the site of a landfill.
There hasn't been commercial air travel since the collapse, 20 years ago.
Perhaps my navigation database is out of date.
I'm talking about the collapse, the biggest depression in world history. I guess you don't follow current events.
Of course I know about the collapse. If I fail to find the passenger I'm looking for, I'll be available to take you to another destination. If so, we'll leave from this landing pad.
How are you?
Hello, hello.
Once again, good work in Seattle. The WTO is making good use of the data. Your next objective, destroy the Nassif family's greenhouse, which is in the northwest corner of the South Medina. The experimental greenhouse, a violation of WTO regulations, should lead us to Dr. Nassif.
Just taking a break. Actually, I'm looking for work.
Stand back. SSC on duty. Gotta keep walking the same crappy beat.
I haven't seen you before. Welcome to our small Medina.
Hi, name's Alex.
Pardon the simplicity of this drawing, but I like to give newcomers a map so they can find their way around. The local business owners are always complaining that they don't get enough foot traffic.
Thanks, that's very thoughtful.
There were some murders here last night. It's only fair that I warn you. I'm Ali Baran, President of Business Development. Under any other circumstances, I would show you around.
Take your nonsense somewhere else. Well, someone new in the Medina. Don't worry about catching the plague at my little coffee stand. We are a high-priority zone for the bots, and we sterilize our equipment with infrasound.
That's good to hear.
People come to the old city to find the black market. Is that why you risk getting infected?
Security must be pretty non-existent around here. Is there a lot of crime?
Not my concern. There is always strife. I asked because I can make a deal for someone who could get into the new Cairo archaeology and do Queequegs a favor.
I'm listening.
The regional director has been disappointed in my profits since the intensification of Nanite Swell 11. I lose the shop if I can't find a way to impress him.
What am I supposed to do?
NG Resonance is playing a concert in the archaeology tomorrow. I need someone to convince her to endorse Queequegs. From what I hear, her manager, Miss Withers, can easily be bribed. Try to catch her waiting for NG and offer her some money. If she accepts, I will compensate you with a choice of several weapon mods, which I found on a dead Omar.
Miss Withers, huh? I'll let you know if I run into her.
I need a miracle to save my job. Please find a way to get that NG endorsement.
I'll let you know how it goes.
We'll try to overlook your betrayal at the Mako facility if you help us find Dr. Nassif. She comes from a poor family in this plague-stricken village. Billy Adams will be coordinating the investigation from the mosque that lies between the arcology and the village. Report to her at once.
Chicago, someone put you on my tail? You're a long way from home.
I'm on Dr. Nassif's tail, the program we came out of, Apostle Corps. It's based here in Cairo.
Apostle Corps?
The scientist who ran our training. Tarsus was a front.
Oh, this is some coincidence. Either there's a contract on my head...
Or maybe the Omar have an interest in the program that created us too. What do they have you doing out here?
I told you before. Protection.
Protection from what?
Anybody. A lot of people don't like Omar. Most people think they're freaks. Right now, supposedly, these Knights Templar fanatics are planning a raid, so I'm waiting for them.
All by yourself?
That's my assignment, but these cyborgs can fight when they have to. I just wish we had a better tip, like when the raid's gonna happen. Then maybe I could get some sleep.
Who tipped you off to begin with?
Someone in the village, but the Templar command is in the arcology. They have a recruiting kiosk there. We can't move people into New Cairo too easily.
Maybe I'll do some sightseeing in New Cairo. I'll let you know if I come across anything.
Yeah? If it was me, I'd sneak up on the place and eavesdrop. Omar's schematics show a vent near the Tarsus School on 107, West Wall. One of the shafts leads to the kiosk. You could listen from inside the shaft. Be careful, though. Arcology support systems are secured against pests, whether transgenic or human. One thing I am is dependable. No sign of trouble so far.
Scan complete. You are only minimally biomodified.
A Templar would just as soon lynch a merc like you or me because of our biomods. If there's a problem, I plan to fight.
Speak with the trader if you wish to transact.
You sure got a prime location for your business here.
We appreciate your resourcefulness in seeking us out.
I guess we'll see if it was worth my time and effort.
You will appreciate our merchandise. You are a welcome customer, having helped us in the past. Perhaps you can offer your services once more.
Go on, you've got my attention.
A Templar-run facility in Flight Bay 24 on Arcology Level 110 has a number of classified programs. Most importantly, a body armor project for Templar paladins. Also, a counteragent to the pollution that causes Plague 11 has been invented, though its deployment has been inexplicably delayed.
The counteragent sounds like something that would interest the villagers. How do I get into this facility?
First, you'll need a pass to enter the arcology proper. Take this one.
Thanks.
Then talk to the woman in the air terminal information booth. She works for us. We will tell her that you are coming. Say to her simply that you have a friend in common. Once inside the terminal, locate the armor and upload the schematic. You will also find your cure.
Okay. What are you selling?
I have 2 black market biomod canisters which enable non-PSOCAM functionality. Also, 3 concussion prox mines which you can plant on any flat surface to be detonated by movement within close range. As a preferred customer, you may purchase items at half price.
Give me the black market biomods.
The Amar appreciate good customers.
No sign of trouble so far.
No more congestion, no more fatigue. Use Vitatech Cure 11. You, sir. You look like a discriminating person. Someone who knows innovation when he sees it.
Where are you going with this?
Are you tired of breathers? Are you sick of the Plague 11 cough? Have you had it with dizzy spells? I want to tell you about an amazing new elixir.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I really don't.
Combining ancient herbal remedies with state-of-the-art nanopathology research, we have produced the first and only anti-Plague 11 tonic, and infused it into this special cola drink to make it a delicious way to fight the effects of the Nanite Cloud. Vitatech Cure 11.
Yeah, that's fascinating, but...
Today only, we're offering a special price. Would you like to make a purchase?
No thanks.
You owe it to yourself and your family to purchase the only real Plague 11 cure.
Attention residents of Old Cairo. The particle haze you are experiencing does not pose a health threat. Repeat, the haze appears to contain only mildly parasitic nanoscale fallout. Cover your mouth and nose when traveling outdoors, but rest assured the danger is minimal. Archaeology scientists are presently investigating cleanup alternatives.
Queequeg's coffee shops. Bright, clean, your sanctuary from life's worries. Aerostats protect every one of our stores, so you can be certain that your latte is grit-free. Within our protective barrier is a cozy cafe atmosphere, as sealed and secure as any WTO archaeology. Queequeg's, a taste of class.
Only the select qualify for admission into Cairo's Tarsus Academy. Is your son or daughter our next star? You owe it to them and to the world to find out. Tarsus Academy, preparing the next generation for the world.
How's it going?
Hi.
You have been conditioned by this society. You suffer from vasana, my seekers. Hindu yogis have also warned their students of this flaw. You are too attached to the superficial and the material. Let me help you discover your true selves. Turn away from this false sense of self-limitation to know your true self.
Shh. Welcome.
You bumped me. Back off. Do not spread corruption and disorder. Acknowledge your responsibilities to your fellows and to the earth. Doing otherwise means you pollute the world with what Muslims have called facade or earthly corruption in following a path other than the search. Do not deny the call to order that you feel in your spirit, and you will help to eliminate facade.
It's so good to see you again, darling. Any news about that apartment?
Apartment? Oh, that one. Already leased. Sorry.
Are you really trying to find me a place to live in archaeology? Don't you want to be able to see each other more often?
It's a lot of money. Will attract my husband's attention if I don't handle this properly. He's pretty clueless, but has started asking questions about certain expenses.
I'm stuck out here. I haven't been able to work on any of my poetry. I was always meant to be an archaeology citizen. No one here will ever appreciate my writing.
I will, sweetie. Hey, thanks for being here for me. I love this, and I love us, but you know that I've got to get back. I'll send word when I find an apartment.
If only I could get away from all this. I just know I could be a poet. I just don't know how much longer I can wait.
This constant haze is awful. I can't wait until I'm back inside the arcology's atmospheric barriers.
The harvester will discuss, okay? More meat for the chop shop.
What do I see? An exceptional young man. Modified, correct? Lovingly grown in an enclave. And now you step into the dangerous world. Stay ready, Tariq.
Am I about to get jumped or something?
Such a prize, A shame to send you straight to the chop shop. Perhaps you heard that I'm hiring a mercenary.
Yeah?
I am interested in the security chief in the unmarked suite on level 108 in the arcology. His tissues are heavy with biotech. Beta biocules, the next rev of the piezochem architecture? Who knows? Maybe something beyond. I have a client who will pay handsomely to study one of his biomods.
How do you expect me to steal a biomod? Kill him and bring you the body?
Just kill him and my people in the morgue will remove the components I need. I like how you think. You will be well paid. Here, you will need this pass to enter the arcology. I have always wondered what they do in there.
Oh dear, oh dear!
For God's sake, leave me alone. Yes, I have closed the greenhouse. There was a murder there. The murder of my brother. The greenhouse will stay closed until I am certain that the Nassif family is safe.
I'm sorry about your tragedy.
Sorry? Who are you to be sorry? You killed the parents and now you come to kill the uncle? Well, the Nassif family is fighting back. Layla escaped and you won't find her.
I know your niece. She was my instructor at Tarsus Academy in Seattle. I'm not here to kill anyone.
No? Then what? Do you know who's after my family?
Everyone, as far as I can tell.
Funny. Ha ha. And meanwhile my daughter Eva goes missing at the Tarsus Academy in Archaeology. All of us hunted like greasels.
Tarsus Academy?
Right, where Layla went to school. She helped her cousin get on the same track, to a decent life. Now we are targets.
Maybe I can help out. I'm on my way to the archaeology.
And you are a Tarsus man, yes? Well, perhaps you can have a word with the headmaster. I will give you my parental code, 74652. Tarsus is on level 107. Tell the fat bum I want him to return my calls. Where is my girl? Why couldn't Layla find her last night?
An interesting discovery. So Dr. Nassif has a cousin at the Tarsus Academy in New Cairo. The visitation pass will let you enter the school on level 107 of the archaeology. Find the cousin Eva and see if she
Take your
can teach you a
nonsense
possible-
somewhere else. I bet we're being targeted by the WTO. They would love to see the greenhouse fail.
You cannot outthink my surveillance heuristics.
You got our attention now, much to your misfortune. Don't need any backup for this. You must have no idea who you're messing with. Dreadful racket. But I guess the rascal moved on. Poison! I will fight to the death for the Templar cause! Well met. Huh? I've been hit with toxin! It'll take more than that to stop a Templar! Be assured, I will find you. Locked and loaded. Come and get it. Poison! I will fight to the death for the Templar cause! I can't give up!
Pursuing sensible
Nobody hits and just...
It sounds like operations are going well. Show those Omar beasts we will not tolerate their pollution. And that's just the first step in our plans for the city. Once the right people are running things, every citizen will wake up. They'll finally see how important the battle for purity really is.
We get good prices now that the Omar...
This is a weapons-free zone. To enter, you must submit to a deactivation procedure. I'll transmit the encrypted safety lock bytecodes to freeze all your weapons on or in your person. When you leave, sensors will reactivate everything you've got.
Okay.
Thanks, you're clear to enter now.
WTO indifference to non-eye pollution is the reason for the plague that has decimated the village. If you and Billy can help the locals, maybe you can win their trust and get some information on Dr. Nassif.
Oh. Thank heaven for the church.
Maybe it is a judgment on us.
Someone in the arcology started that rumor so that we'd blame ourselves.
Everything has a reason.
They think Plague 11's just another punishment for us being lazy and poor.
They cannot be so wicked as that. No one chooses to live in the Medina.
Exactly. They do all the choosing. First, I'm not from the right family. Now, they shut me out because I'm sick. No one works their way up from Plague 11.
Chica.
Then why am I sick? I exercise, eat right. I always wear my breather when I'm out in the Medina.
But when did you start using it? Only after years of breathing this air, just like me? We didn't know any better. Then by the time they start getting the word out, we were already sick.
Sometimes I don't know how long I can keep fighting this.
Hey, don't give up. Someone will come up with a cure. Maybe one of the Nassifs. They have some real brains in that family.
I have been sick for years now.
It's rough, but we can't give in.
I'm here to see a doctor and nobody else.
Don't bother me about my beliefs.
Maybe if they knew that I'm sick, they'd let me in.
I wish it could be that way, baby.
I guess I just wasn't smart enough.
Nonsense.
Why won't they at least let us in the city?
The air's not so bad inside the mosque. You'll start to feel better. Just get some rest and forget about Tarsus. It's a very selective program.
You look fine to me.
Anything I can do to help?
Just stay out of the way. Too many patients. No time for chit-chat.
As you wish. I'm looking for someone named Billy Adams. I heard she's in this mosque.
The woman from Seattle, yes. Where are you from? You Cairo? Why come here? The air in the Medina is polluted.
Is it that serious?
Just take a look outside. It's nanite dust these people breathe, from nanite swell 11. Particles like little insects, unaffected by the wind. Probably a leak from a pre-collapsed laboratory that's been forgotten for 2 decades. These poor people.
Stop!
Your interruptions are keeping me from my patients.
What?
I don't mean to interrupt.
You startled me there. I guess I'm a little preoccupied.
What's wrong?
Well, it's my daughter, Mina. Look at her.
It's okay, Mom. I'll get better.
Ever since she didn't get into the Tarsus Academy, her infection has been getting worse. She should be up on level 107 right now, in her own dorm room, studying and breathing filtered air. She's always been such a good student.
I wish there was something I could do.
That's very kind. But unless you're on the admissions committee at the academy, or unless you're someone who can hack in and put Mina Amir on the acceptance list, there's not really much to do except wait and pray.
Really, Mom, I'll be fine.
Some of us still worship the old gods, despite everything that's happened.
She went into Tarsus, huh? I'll see what I can do.
My sister went through this with her son. Now I understand. Poor girl. Damn that school. I don't know the rules in order to save her life.
Away with these trepidations.
Those new uniforms look ridiculous.
I need to return in time for the summit.
Just a show for the media.
I'm not so sure. Her Holiness sounded sincere when I spoke with her in Germany.
A co-dominion with the WTO? Not in my lifetime.
History moves in fits and starts. Obviously, you're too young to remember pre-collapse society. I watched 2 centuries of progress vanish during 2 minutes on the evening news.
Destruction, that's easy. But Her Holiness and Chairman Dumier think they can reunify the planet with a simple decree.
The faithless are easy to manipulate politically, and remember, the faithless are the majority. We should not forget de Tocqueville's insight. If a man does not submit to faith, he will desire a firm, tyrannical shape for society.
It's not too late to reform the church.
Perhaps. I will find out when I get to Trier.
So, I already got a lead on this epidemic in Old Cairo. Courtesy of the Omar and the Medina, I've got some information about a possible cure.
Personally, I'm not going to waste my time saving the planet until we find out where Dr. Nassif is hiding.
High Augur Chen is a fine seeker. She has a strong heart, but a strong heart often runs contrary to a seeker's purpose.
I don't believe we've met.
Lumen Saman from the German Shard. My pleasure. I was hoping one of Billy's former classmates would show up.
Do you think Dr. Nassif is still in Cairo?
We have good reason to believe that Apostle Corps' headquarters are in Cairo. This is where she would go looking for help.
Sometimes High Augur Chen has her head in the clouds. You might as well do what the Order wants. You might turn up a lead. The Nassifs run the greenhouse.
You disagree with the way High Augur Chen is doing things?
Amicably, to be sure. It's mostly a doctrinal dispute that stands between us.
What about Her Holiness? Doesn't she decide what the Church stands for?
Her Holiness and I amicably disagree also. My Shard in Germany has a profound respect for the founding doctrines of the Order. What we don't understand are these recent revisions and reversals that seem to excuse the resurgence through the WTO of blind commercial interests.
You sound pretty upset.
My Seekers and I are most loyal to the doctrines laid down by Her Holiness after the collapse. What we propose, very openly, is a greater purity of interpretation of these founding principles.
What brings the German Luminen to Cairo?
Let's just say that if this investigation of Apostle Corps does indeed uncover technologies for the modification and co-modification of human bodies, I don't entirely trust the current leadership to destroy them.
What are you going to do?
Report the truth to my Seekers, to true Seekers everywhere. What more would be necessary? You want to hear more? Good. Let me explain how the Order should rebuild post-collapse society.
I'm listening.
Her Holiness was correct in the beginning to describe the problem as one of human growth. Human growth was impeded in the old society. Almost all men carry out the purposes of other men rather than their own, making them feel impotent in action. Bertrand Russell.
So,
Russell understood that people are creatures of impulse. The role of political philosophy should be to control the destructive impulses with constructive, creative ones. For example, allow each citizen to direct his own growth.
I thought the Order was a spiritual movement.
A spiritual movement about reconstituting the self, improving the self, finding balance with the world. Her Holiness knows that no balance is possible if the old world returns. Global capital, teratogenic science, universal wage slavery. Have you ever considered what is unique about post-collapse society? Trans-territoriality. Most political entities coexist on a global scale. The WTO has its enclaves, we have our settlements and churches.
You're not the first global church.
The point is that governmental units need not be territorial. The proof is all around us. After the collapse, communication grids came back up before industry. So what has evolved are many global associations incapable of seizing very much territory.
If the Order isn't territorial, why do you maintain an armed guard?
Military power will never vanish. What we hope, and Her Holiness once agreed with me, is that a global police force would end territorial wars and be just that. Police, like the Seekers in the Medina.
But whose police force?
Not important, so long as it knows how to keep order. Seek the way, my friend.
Chen means well, but sometimes her methods aren't the most effective.
If you're ready to head out, just exit the area. The unlock weapons scan will automatically reactivate everything.
No more congestion, no more fatigue. Use Vitatech Cure 11.
I had a run-in with some Templars in the apartment building across from the mosque. Their history. Maybe there won't be any raid.
Not likely. The Templars have cells all over the Medina, but maybe you got the one who would have tipped the balance. Thanks for sticking your neck out. I'll split my first combat bonus with you if these Omar make it through the raid.
One thing I am is dependable. No sign of trouble so far.
Scan complete. You are only minimally biomodified. We can help correct the... Shall we conduct business, or shall we wait until you upload the schematics of the Templar power armor from the archaeology hangar?
No thanks.
As you wish.
How's it going?
Hey there. There were some murders here last night. It's only fair that I warn you.
I have to see your archaeology pass before I can let you in.
I've got one right here.
Okay, you're clear to enter. I have to see your archaeology pass before I can let you in.
I've got one right here.
Okay, you're clear to enter.
I've tried again and again to get accepted into the archaeology.
There are several ways to put an end to the Nassif family's illegal food production. Destroying the filter system will kill the plants, or you can destroy them directly. You could also reprogram the software that automates the greenhouse.
Tracking infrared disturbance. Checking. Pattern match. Highly probable. Threat detected.
Close the place down and go home. Whoever came after my niece and murdered our technicians is still looking for her. I came back to my apartment for my parental pass so that I could check up on my daughter at the Tarsus school, but the headmaster assures me that she's safe. Still debating whether to go anyway. Don't return to work until you hear from me personally.
Processing anomaly. Threat detected.
Auxiliary systems not responding. Greenhouse shutting down. Hydroponics failure. Has suffered critical failure. Climate control damaged. Situation critical. Warning. Greenhouse atmosphere beyond safe boundaries. Vegetation losses have exceeded acceptable ranges.
Biological restoration in progress. Finished repairing damage. Medical equipment on board. Fragile. Repairing wounds. Healing functions complete. Reassembling tissues. Tissue viability restored. Repairing wounds. Healing functions complete.
You've shown appalling judgment, Alex. I share your loathing of the Nasifs, but you become a threat to a community protected by the Church. If you won't work with us, I suppose I will have to send in a task force to destroy you.
I think I saw something. May you find. May you be. I don't feel so good. The room is spinning.
Come on!
I don't feel so good.
Escape this time, but let that be a lesson. There will be serious consequences if you continue to oppose the Order Church. I expect you to listen to me from now on.
There were some murders here last night. It's only fair that I warn you.